to start. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. So the Illinois Fighting Illini offense will have the ball first. And this guy feels like a throwback. Back in the day, the running backs were always the stars.
And he can do a lot of different things, too. He's not a one-trick pony. This guy can tote the rock. He can catch the ball. He can block. We might even see him throw the ball in this game. This is a jack of all trades.
And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. On second down, wants to throw. And is slipped out. The defense pounced on that. Now they're headed the other way.
And that's a huge play by the defense. Great job and great effort getting to the ball carrier and swatting at the football, knocking it out, and then following up for a massive fumble recovery.
Down for the offense. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Now the play fake. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd down, going up top. Makes his connection. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a 1st down.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
And the throw to the sideline is complete, but won't be enough for the 1st down.
And the wide receivers have to understand what part of the field they're on. I got to make sure I have enough space when I run those out routes that when I break, I can catch the football and try to get upfield, get a few more yards. He runs out of space, but he got the catch. He got some positive yards.
Works his way ahead for about 3. It's down at the 8. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down. They'll go with the running game on 4th down here. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the 1st down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6.
And I got to be ready mentally and physically. Mentally, I got to know exactly where the sticks are. 4th and 2. Can't dilly-dally around. Got to run physical. Got to break tackles. Got to go through people. Whatever I need to do to get that 2.
Touchdown, Penn State! Reeled it in and just made the house call.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in the rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute and you've got to lock in.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Jocelyn. At midfield, he's got room. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's
touchdown Illini! That is the ultimate grab and go for the score. Did not take long to get into the end zone. Now let's see if this gets this offense to hit overdrive.
And we may have a situation here. We might have points, and more points. You keep putting drives together like that quickly, chewing up that much yardage, defenses are going to have to get something figured out.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. And the returner will be knocked down. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want them. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
That last completion sets them up on second down. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
On third down, he drops to throw. He's open on the right. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. The Nittany Lions will snap it on 1st and 10. Simple call, excellent execution, moves the sticks on third down.
These QBs and receivers, man, they run this route in practice thousands of times. So it's nice to see them come out here and execute it in game conditions. Great job with the timing, great job with the depth and the route. Nice work between those two.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
You don't get a lot of chances like that in games, guys. Take shots downfield, and when you get open, you got to finish the play, and the wideout's going to wish he had that one back.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. The Nittany Lions will bring the punt team onto the field. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. The Illinois offense returns to the field. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
From the gun, running back gets to give. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Illinois lining up quickly. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Got him downfield. And the tackle was made, but there has been a flag thrown.
Hold it.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Illinois runs the punt unit onto the field. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. The Nittany to work on offense now. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
Moving past the 25. Running toward the tape. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Handoff from the gun. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
And it really doesn't matter what the decision is on the RPO. When your defensive line can reset the line of scrimmage like that, get off blocks and make plays.
On second down, he'll fire. Get it out on the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. The Nittany Lions are marching down the field. Power football with the run. Had to work to pick up 3 down to the 33-yard line.
And sticking to the run. I tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
Lets it fly deep downfield. And good coverage and better hands by the defender to knock it down in the end zone. The Nittany Lions want to crank the tempo. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. They've already converted a fourth down in this game. They'll try to make it 2 for 2. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got him and they convert. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. And the Nittany Lions are threatening on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer. Now on second and goal. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. He's got him in the flat. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Really good job by the defense being disciplined. They sneak the running back out. You see it. Keep outside leverage and go make us tackle in space on a guy that's used to breaking tackles, used to making plays.
Fast motion from the offense. 3rd and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. It's good. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Central Michigan is darn near putting up video game numbers offensively, and the result is a comfortable lead for the Chippewas on the scoreboard. They're up 14 over Akron. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. He leaves it with his back. Across the 25, he's got room. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a 1st down. They get to the line quickly. Finds a soft spot in the middle. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Illinois right back to the line. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He maybe gets a yard. They'll mark him at the 29. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
Illinois lining up to punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Looking deep down the right side. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in the stands.
They'll try to muscle their way forward on 3rd and short from the 29. Wants to go up top. Incomplete as the screen goes right through his hands, and it'll be 4th down.
Really nice job by the defense. The offense has the whole playbook open to him on 3rd and short. They try to slip in the screen. Did not fool the defense at all. Nice stop by the defense.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And the coverage team all over it, and the punt is down inside the 40.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. So the offense keeps this drive alive thanks to the roughing the punter penalty. He's going to pass. Back open in the middle. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
They're going to throw it again. Fires to the wideout. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
The receiver looks it in, it's complete. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
On 2nd down, just keeps firing. He got it, and he will score! Touchdown, Nittany Lions! And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. The kickoff team out there and ready to go. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. Now, they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with the young fellow on the sideline. Be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
On the move, it's Potts. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. Clock winding towards 0. They'll get one more snap off. They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. Can't find a receiver, and down goes the quarterback. A sack to punctuate this first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what a pleasure it's been to watch these two teams thus far there in Happy Valley. And there is no better place to start this halftime than by reviewing how this wideout has been a one-man wrecking crew. The kid's been everywhere, and I love how he's willing to go across the middle, but that he also has the jets to burn these DBs on the deep ball. If this defense wants to actually come back in this one, they better hide his cleats. With that said, let's send it back to the guys in State College, PA.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. Illinois has it teed up, ready to start the second half. From inside the 10, here he comes. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback, Ben. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Using the quick game. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
Going to try to pop one on the screen. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving.
Hey, man, sometimes you get the perfect play call at the perfect time. That time the defense blitzing, offensive line allowed everybody to run upfield, and they slip in the running back screen, and behind it there was nobody there to make a tackle, and this offense generates a massive play.
Running back searching for a hole. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You see all this movement in football now, all the stemming, the defensive line, they're sliding right before the snap, creating confusion for the offensive line. Then they're moving back and stunting. Really good job by the defense. Continue to move, continue to stunt, continue to get in the backfield and make this life hard on this running back.
He wants to pass it on second down. Going for the big play. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
Really nice play by the defender, being in a good position for that deep ball down the field, not letting the receiver put his big body on him, go up over top. The only thing that could have been better is that
Fires into traffic, picked off. Trying to take it back. You're not getting him on the ground, still on his feet. After making the pick, he took it the other way, and he's dragged down at the 19. The Illinois offense returns to the field. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming. The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. Handoff from the shotgun. Smashes through. Working his way and keeping those legs moving. Picks up 5 down to the 14. They'll try to pop the draw. And they're able to get a third down stop here. See if they go for it on fourth. Now on fourth down, they'll send out the field goal unit. And the kicker delivers the 3 ball to finish off the drive. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go.
Well, they're able to get a field goal and put 3 points up on the board after getting that interception. You would have liked to have seen the offense do a little bit more with that possession, give themselves an opportunity to score a touchdown. But listen, teams will take 3 points any way they can.
Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive there.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him, maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll go with a direct snap. Found that space and picked up 6 out to the 33.
I know the passing game sells and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. Looking to throw for it. He's got his man. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer. But you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry.
He'll loft one deep down the left side. And the DB making a huge play, knocking it away downfield.
Man, this quarterback is living dangerously right now. Obviously, he threw a pick on the last drive. He's trying to complete that throw, but the defender gets a hand on it, tips it up in the air. That's oh-no. That is an oh-no situation. They're lucky that one hit the ground.
After the incompletion, looking at 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy has had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any picks, which has really helped keep this offense on schedule.
Now facing a 3rd and long from the 50-yard line. Looking to throw it again. He turns that loose down the right side. Touchdown, Penn State! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. That's his 3rd touchdown pass of the day. The defense has no clue how to respond right now.
No, and the defense has had absolutely no answer. He's been on the money. He's been on fire, making the right decisions and just carving this defense up.
And no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Fires to the right. Complete downfield. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. They'll leave it with him. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. They'll run for it on 3rd and short. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. Illinois putting together a really nice drive. They're getting this guy lathered up. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Inside a minute to go here in the 3rd. Now they'll run the draw. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
It's caught downfield. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. He's got the tight end. How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him too? Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. The run to the right. And he is stopped for no gain, and that will bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Penn State on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. Handoff to the lone back. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Fighting Illini. Well, if the momentum hadn't shifted before, it certainly has now.
It has, and now you got some game pressure, right? That's beautiful. Now the defense comes out, get you a stop, get aggressive, but the offense a little bit of pressure now because they know if the ball goes back to the other side, they could lose this ball game.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Snap it to the back. Gets it past the marker. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
They go to the ground. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-game land.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Softened him up with a run. Now to throw. Quick strike complete. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
The Nittany Lions will line it up on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Spits it out to the back. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
Man, he was open. He had an opportunity. Just got to look that thing. A lot of times guys are catching it, and as they're catching it, you see their head start to turn to try to think about getting upfield, and they just lose that concentration for a second. A little missed opportunity there for this offense.
On 2nd down, wants to throw it. Setting up the screen. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Third and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. To the ground to try to move the chains. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's 1st down. It'll be a draw. They'll get him on the ground after a pickup of 3 to the 28.
And how about this offense, man? Being able to succeed, still winning without their bell cow, without their star being their star. This offense has not had a great game on the ground, but they're still in the lead.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Zings it complete to the right. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. And so you got a guy who makes a play downfield like that. How anxious do you think they're going to be to continue in man coverage?
Yeah, I don't know, Reese. They're going to need a plan. They're going to maybe want to think about more zone coverage or maybe even bracketing this running back if he decides to come out of the backfield, because right now they don't seem to have an answer for him.
Ball's at the 22. Third and short coming. Can the defense force them to settle for a field goal? Quarterback, quick pass to the receiver. The Nittany Lions will move the sticks.
Hard-earned yards, man. You got to get these first downs any way you can. And sometimes it's not going to be easy, and you can't just do it conventionally handing it off. This offense is going to have to be creative. Football is a game of inches, and you just got to find the angles to give yourself an advantage. That creative play call right there really helped them out.
Throws to the wideout. He caught it. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
You already have the lead. Scoring is always good, but milk the clock and it will be your friend. They move the tight end all over. Slams ahead. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. One more yard on this second down might just put an exclamation point on this one. Quarterback Steve trying to power his way ahead for a few. Wedges, pushes, and he's over and in for the touchdown. That'll give him a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Illinois offense returns to the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to...
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Looking to pass on second down. Escapes the sack. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
Give that guy a lot of credit, man. He was able to somehow avoid that sack, but nobody open downfield, throws it away.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
And now such a tough situation. Late in this game, you're trailing, but now it's fourth and long. Like, it's one thing if it's fourth and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really great about.
Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. Unloads to the wideout. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here.
This will be picked off. Maybe just the turning point they needed. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. Line gets set. First down. He wants to start this drive with a pass. That's caught. It's Jocelyn. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Linebacker shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Got a man in the middle. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. Looking to move it through the air. Caught in the backfield, it's Potts.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. They'll try to get the first through the air. Got it in the middle, it's Jocelyn. He gets the job done on third down. They move the chains, it's at the 37. And they got to the line expeditiously, spiked it and stopped the clock. Here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. He's got an open man. Give him 6 and give them a chance with the late touchdown. Still alive in this one.
And listen, still a ways to go, but great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a one-possession game. We've got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back.
Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
A little sports history, David. Upset is the only horse ever to defeat Man of War. And that's why we call games like this an upset.
I really had no clue that was a real thing. But I do know this is an upset. This team was unranked, beat a ranked team. But you went out and got your respect. You gained it now. Let's build on this throughout the season. One win, great win. Now let's go ahead and build some momentum in the future.
Reese, some might say you're not a one-trick pony with that reference. And obviously this was the team, the unranked team, that had the horses to get this thing done. Too much firepower, just too much explosiveness on offense, great defense. What a tremendous win.